and other supports rotating for that can also be really effective. So, like, when one hero is really good at cheesing in a certain way, you need to bring enemy heroes to try to help offset it. And they don't have the best AoE because their support duo is Mirana plus Bane, so maybe they're going to be vulnerable to it, but you know, trying to stop him from accomplishing that dive could be one good option.
We definitely, I was talking earlier with Effie in the green room, and she was saying just how much she still really loves Bane and how she still feels like he's quite strong with the fact that, you know, you could throw out that Enfeeble and it's just so good.
Yeah, Enfeeble's pretty good this game too. Anti-healing against Wraith King is a nice solution because, yeah, he's got 2 lives obviously, but limiting his regen and his lifesteal especially is a good option. Less cast range on him isn't probably bad either. Makes it harder for him to land Wraith Fire Blast at the right time, so it's pretty good for sure.
Good potential for sure. Feels like we're seeing a lot more of just, I don't want to say similar drafts, but just comfort almost like heroes coming out from, especially like Wildcard when you take a look at some of this.
It is certainly some comfortable heroes, especially Sammy Boy, Bane, you know. Definitely normal stuff there. Good damage on Sanking. Sam's going to walk away now. We have seen some Enchantresses go for level 1 heals, not too unusual. This is going to help make sure that Kezu can get off to a good start without burning through his regen quickly, because they have such a good dual lane between Bane plus Luna, it is going to be spooky for sure.
Got actually some really nice combinations to set up here with the Mirana on top of that, right? You've got the Bane, the classic setup, but then also, you know, Mara spears, right? Being able to go and throw out the spears, and also it's supposed to be an arrow. Looks kind of like a spear when Mirana tosses it, but lots of potential there.
Interesting to see Milan in the safe lane instead of dual off lane, but I guess Enchantress is going to stabilize better from the 4 position. It's easier to rotate as well towards the mid lane because there's large camps closer towards the mid lane from the aggressive position you want to take. So that could be part of it. Also, Sanking usually just needs a little bit of help to get Sandstorm up, and then he back lanes. So you know, stabilize him for now. That allows Enchantress to leave without having to continue supporting. And then because Hoodwink's weaker at rotating, perhaps, he gets to stick around covering Yawar a bit longer. So it makes some good sense.
You can see what the plan is that they're considering here, for sure. It's just like Cap said, you know, it's all going to come down to the execution. The drafts seem pretty evenly balanced. It really just comes down to, you know, who is going to be more skilled at executing. Well,
Yawar's executing great right now. 9 last hits for him so far. He's got 600 gold of his Helm of Iron Will, so he's getting close to his armlet. Unless Milan steals the creeps out from under his face. But it would have been potentially contested, so it's fine. He's getting there. In the mid lane there, pretty even.
Like the guys were saying, you know, the Invoker tends to be a pretty good counter here to this Death Prophet. And this is Quinn, of course, as well. So
that is true.
Very, very skilled player here.
Yeah, the Spirit Vessel will be huge for sure, because that's the biggest counter to Death Prophet is anti-healing, because she's very tanky, but if you're there to offset the benefit that you get from Spirit Siphon, then she can certainly die. Something you have to be careful about. So, not surprised to see no kills so far, frankly. Maybe Wraith King could get punished if he makes some major mistakes or something like that, but everybody else is just going to be hitting creeps a lot here.
Feels like a very differently paced game this time around, but just because, you know, earlier we had so many kills early.
I mean, even like Sand King, not the best fighter early on. Like Luna plus Bane is a pretty strong dual lane by all means, but Enchantress is tanky and Sand King has some ways to stay alive, basically. Burst Strike Away and or Sandstorm, so.
Let's see a little snipe on that courier here.
The first death.
The first. Nobody thinks of them as actual deaths.
Do couriers have blood?
I assume they would, yeah. Why wouldn't they have blood?
Not all of them have blood. Some of them are robots, actually.
What if they have robot blood? Is oil considered robot blood?
Only if they have souls as well.
Well, that's a whole other question. I don't know if I have the solution to that one. Middle lane, just some poking back and forth here. Nothing too wild just yet, and then Yawar continues to stay on top of the CS 18 and 5 right now.
He's going to be completely fine. He's got his armor item coming, so, I mean, very common for Mars to harass with God's Rebuke physical damage, but yeah, Yawar is going to offset this completely.
That little guy has blood.
You can tell, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
For sure. Bottom lane. Again, they're set up with the Nightmare here. Get a couple value clicks off. Eve's getting into position. Do have the heal, though, over on MSS. Throw out the Loosen Beam. Get a little bit more damage. Do they have it? It's looking close. If they could just close that gap. No. They're going to allow Kazu to stay alive here.
Oh, the close one. And he opts for a Magic Wand and a Bracer to stabilize his lane. I mean, Sand King's definitely been trending up a bit, but his laning stage is still pretty weak. He got +1 armor in the patch. That was a pretty big buff, but yeah, you don't usually buy too many regen items. Bracers help offset that a bit, but if you commit too much to regen, then it delays your Blink Dagger, your mana, all that stuff. It can cause some issues here. Quinn getting kind of low in the mid lane, but
it's got a wand charges.
Esk is a little bit limited on mana. I saw Quinn catch him with an EMP earlier, so that helps make it harder for Esk to commit to a dive. But he'll offset this with all of his null talismans. 2 nulls on Death Prophet solves a lot of your mana issues. It's a great mana regen item now, even better than before. So for heroes like Death Prophet who want to spam low cooldown, it's great.
All right, well, hit the 5-minute mark, still fairly quiet. Again, we see that the Enchantress has picked up a creep. Was Milan getting kind of chased down here. The one for the arrow didn't quite manage to land it, but...
Bot lane. Bot lane. The bot lane. Continue going bot lane. There we go. We caught it.
We caught it. First blood. No detours here.
So basically, Enchantress walked up, used level 2 enchant, and then they walked up and then punched the shit out of Luna, eventually layering 2 stuns to get the kill. Excellent. And we caught the whole damn thing.
We did. We got him. And now everybody goes back to farming. Do you see some movement going on, though? You can see that the Enchantress is making her way towards this middle lane. Get the bushwhacked off in the top, followed with the Wraithfire Blast. Just try to get the Buke off.
Good blocking.
Yeah, Milan's doing some great body blocks here, but
oh my God,
they need the final hit. There it is. Blink.
You know what? Let him have it. He deserves that so bad. He worked real hard. That was excellent squirrel blocking.
I like how you specifically call it squirrel blocking, not just regular blocking.
I mean, she's mostly like tail, right? It's like there's not much mass there, so it's kind of like when a cat stands sideways to scare somebody. It's like you could have just walked right through that. It's just a squirrel tail, man. There's the troll being prepped in the mid lane here for MSS. He hasn't been spawning skellies. I'm gonna call this a mistake. I'm very confused. Spawn your skellies, get them stacked up, dive the tower. What's happening in MSS?
He's buying space and time, and
I don't like. I mean, why not spawn the skeletons? You raise the dead like twice, then they hit the tower. I don't know why he hasn't summoned it. There's like no reason not to.
I don't know, honestly. But does have to be careful here because Eve hits pretty hard. All right, there we go. There's the Skelly boys. There's the Australopithecus afarensis. But it's not looking great for MSS, and he might end up just feeding these creeps.
That's like a mistiming. We've seen it. A lot of players do this today. We saw Insania do it. Previous game, don't remember who it was. Previous series, that is. It's very effective. You can do a shitload of tower damage. Divine on the top, getting pressured a bit while they dive with Skellies up here too.
There's the other Skellies.
Truly Skelly attacks.
Wait, so which ones are the less evolved Skellies? Is it the Wraith King Skellies?
It depends how many of them are in one place. See the I'll talk about this later.
Yeah, just a moment. UR is just getting pinned to a tree. That's the exorcism. So a good rotation here coming out from Esk. And of course, they have the creep wave, which means they'll be able to put pressure on that top tier 1.
That's really good rotation, actually, because Wraith King sometimes delays his boots. And in fact, that's what he did here. He wanted to get armlet as fast as possible. He hits him at the timing where he's 6. Doesn't want to pop ulti because he's definitely dead afterwards. And didn't have boots yet, so it's super easy to get the kill. Get some tower pressure. Now back to lore skeletons. See, the skeletons that come from the Dark Troll, they mind link like a sci-fi bug sort of. So the more you have, the smarter and more powerful they get. So in small amounts, easily more dumb than the Wraith King skeletons who can think for themselves
so
and
they're the less
cross the map to farm. Exactly.
But they don't have brains. They're literally bones. So how are they mind linking?
They have blood. That's there's blood inside the bones. Everyone knows that, and that the blood does the thinking.
The blood does the thinking. You heard it here from Purge Gamers, guys.
A lot of dudes say that too.
They're gonna go put some pressure over onto the tower though with Troll Summoner. There's the little guys. Jado not gonna land. Bushwhack here. Vailama. All right, manages to go crap himself a squirrel. Put him to the wall. It's gonna be a kill, but the tower is melting. Starting to get very, very low. Esk is also here though, so they'll force them away off of the tower for the time being.
That shit's OP. I don't see how that doesn't get patched, genuinely. It seems like way too good. Whether they change the damage type of the skeletons so that they do less to raw buildings, but it seems way too powerful that you can just grab a Dark Troll like that, summon 2 sets of skellies, and just do like 800 damage to a tower. It's really, really strong. The only maybe counter is if you have AoE to kill them faster or something, but it's good.
Bushwhack a little bit off the mark, but Sam is being pincered here by 3 heroes. And look at this. Yeah, they're even sending the Ogre. Ogre's just going to beat him down with the club.
The Ogre smashed him, dude.
I mean, these neutral creeps clearly are just becoming way too powerful. It's only a matter of time before they uprise and take over the game themselves.
It's possible, yeah. They've gotten beaten up enough. How many trillions of creeps have died in this game? It's about time they got strong.
They have the numbers, technically. They could uprise,
Probably could.
take over. But I do feel like, you know, we talked about the Dark Summoner here, the Harpy also was very, very strong. It feels like, you know, the jungle just got very, very powerful, and they might need a little bit of fine-tuning.
Dark Troll one's definitely the most broken. Because being able to, like, take a creep and let that kill a tower without putting your hero in danger is, like, way too good. Because it's very difficult to stop because it takes a lot of hero resources. It's inherently busted. It's like you're enchanting catapults again. It's like that kind of. It's like way too good. But I did like what MSS did there. He pressured the mid tower, and then he ended up rotating towards the enemy safe lane, knowing that a lot of his opponents probably teleported to defend the mid lane. If he just runs bottom before his opponents get there, then all of a sudden they get this hero advantage and get to dive. So that's part of the reason they were able to pressure that tower so well. They're doing a good job offsetting the pushing that Quincy's doing in the mid lane, though. They're arrowing the catapult wave. Oh, wow, interesting. Alex skilling Starstorm. We did not see Yapsor do that earlier today, so we're seeing the meta shift slowly over time. It's got 3 points at level 5. Took Yapsor, I heard, about 20 levels to get Starstorm. So
Yeah, he took his time on that for sure.
yeah, interesting.
Bogged may have been malding about that, you know.
I mean, I can see delaying it. I don't blame him for going like 0-4-4, but skilling stats over Starstorm seemed a little goofy to me, all right. But he just wanted to be a carry that game. I think that's all it was.
Middle lane, Sam's a little bit of no man's land. Bushwhack next, and a couple clicks.
Oh, he might live.
They need a little bit more damage. They've got the slow, though, and yeah, that's going to be MSS. It cleans up as Kezi makes his own rotation over. They'll take down the tower. Looks like Marana doesn't want to have to deal with this.
Yeah,
and a big smoke immediately after.
Yeah,
right on top of a ward, by the way.
Sam's still definitely growing into his role. Like, he has some really good moments for sure, but there's other moments where it just seems like he just gets a little bit out of position like that and makes mistakes. I didn't catch I didn't see how he got into that position necessarily. I just saw halfway through, but even on his SD game earlier today, still some back and forth things. So double smoke here.
Right into the Marana, and to the Bushwhack. They've got the EMP. They try to get the Nightmare save up over to Alex, but nope.
Cold snap.
Oh. Nobody saw that. That's,
you know, I do like this song, so it's not the end of the world for me, but...
It's Gustav Holt. Holt is a great...
Yes. I read his Wikipedia page, because I really like the Mars song. Yeah, and
yeah,
it was
the Planets is an
he got
excellent
really famous when the Planets came out. It's like a collection, and there's a bunch of music over each planet, and Mars is one of them, for those that don't know. And yeah, he got really famous, and he resented it. He did not like being famous. I thought it was very interesting.
I think he actually released an art song that was for violin and voice. I went and I worked on that briefly when I was in college.
Oh, so he did other stuff?
Oh yeah, of course. He doesn't do one thing. And
I was just trying to get to. I was like, what are you bringing up? Because I was like,
he didn't just do the planet.
You are a music nerd, so I'll let you have this moment to talk about music.
Yes, I did go to college for it. I guess that makes me a music nerd, but. Didn't major in it.
The average person is maybe less interested in what his follow-up unique pieces were, that's all. I just feel like ribbing you, I'm sorry. I should have just let you have that.
Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it.
Too late, though. I regret it. Can't take it back.
No. Can never go back. Quinn in the bottom lane has the Alacrity up and running, just continues to push out. Has had that Vessel on him for a while now. Alex doing a bit of scouting.
It's got charges too, so.
Oh, what? I hear, all right. Can they finish off Alex is the question. They gotta close the gap, and they have the Moonlight Shadow.
Okay, you went Invis, that's why. I was like, why did you all give up and hit creeps? They just lost detection. Without Moonlight Shadow, though, they definitely would have gotten the kill.
Okay, this is a nice find, though. Vailama in the bottom lane does manage to land the spear. Go and throw out that grip. Just a little bit more damage needed with an arrow from downtown. Alex will collect the kill.
Nicely done. So yeah, Alex gets to survive. They get to use that to set up the next kill bottom.
Oh my god, how is this man still alive?
Nothing like advertising yourself while you're playing your games, but hey, that's one thing to do. It's impressive they got their supporter pack in. Apparently that's difficult, it seems like.
Yeah, I know that that Neff did a lot to help them out with that, and that is the voice that you're hearing.
I see.
Constantly, because they had to get it submitted right away.
Yep.
So, a little disappointed though. He had like one that was a monkey that he did himself. I was like, wow, you sound like a real monkey. That's very impressive. Was not approved though. I would have appreciated ape noises, you know?
A couple monkey noises already. All right, let's see if they try anyway. Sammy shows to kill the ward, though. That's fine. It would have been a hard kill. I mean, they would have had to, like, commit grip or something else.
It's right around their outpost, too, which could be kind of tricky. Sam, though, is going to throw out a Nightmare. See if he can buy himself enough time, but a whole other fight breaking out over onto the side. Looks like they're going to lose Sam and Alex, both of the supports falling in the triangle area.
Nice cleanup by Quinn there. Sets that one up, deals with him well, guarantees the double kill. This is the downside of running into the Wraith King there if you're not ready to fight him. Like, yeah, they could have committed spells and killed him the first time, but by that point, everybody on Quincy would have rotated and punished, so a little bit tough when that's the guy you find.
I feel like we haven't seen Esk really be too active to that. As I say that, a fight breaks out, and this does not look good. Vailama does manage to finally finish off here, get that arena up, so they'll be able to clean up on Milan.
Good tornado.
Tornado coming out. Esk still hunting it very far forward, though. Needs the rest of the team to get over there. Alex leaping forward. Wraith Fire Blast comes out from Yuar. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Oh my goodness, the epicenter comes out. That's a dead Alex to boot.
Forced it way too hard there. I mean, Quinn was slightly vulnerable, but it was definitely very hopeful going for that chase. And then they get punished. Yuar with Armlet and Deso, it's a lot of physical damage, and that's usually where a hero like Death Prophet suffers. Like, yeah, there's like a lot of things to protect yourself against here. Here's their initiation, the Burrow Strike fight, Eclipse, some good nuke damage. Vailama gets his ulti off, and he's gonna stay alive there, but they wanted more, and that was pretty greedy considering they had no other disables. They didn't have vision. He's kind of just running in here blind. They even got a full Epi, Spirit Vessel, follow-up, like, way too overconfident, and that's going to leave Quincy Crew with an Aegis picked up. So Wraith King still has his ultimate. Aegis is now an Invoker as well, who's going to farm back towards his Midas as you do when you go Spirit Vessel, and that's going to help his net worth catch up. So great position for Quincy.
Arrow, just a little bit too slow here, but you can see Quincy on the low ground. Don't believe they have any vision, though, so they'll set up the creep first. We're walking right up here. No worries in the world. They'll use the Moonlight Shadow, put out a little bit of damage. Doesn't look like they're fond to overcommit here, because the rest of the team was sitting nearby. They're going to creep forward. They do have a sentry ward placed down, though, over on the side of Quincy Crew. That's a nice arena, but where's the rest of the team? What you doing? Arrow coming in, not going to be able to land over onto Milan, but the silence does. The leap forward here coming out from Alex will be able to clean up, as now you are. Okay, Fiend's Grip's going to get used. It's going to take down the Wraith King the first time. Sam is going to fall next. The buyback comes out now from Milan. Wants to be a part of this. Good spear pushing away, but Eve not looking too healthy. He's going to try to teleport out. Is it going to make it?
Oh my god.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very applicable voice line in this case. A rare case where they misused their skills on the Quincy Crew side. They layered their stuns, Burrow Strike, and the Wraith Fire Blast, and then Quinn also tornadoed it. And that's got a, man, if I can see Quinn's face, there's them double stacking stuns and tornado. All three of those heroes saw the moment, and what a baller teleport.
Oof.
Just went for it.
150 something, I think, was the HP there. Good pin over to the tower, over onto the Enchantress.
Oh my god, he died.
He disappeared, but someone else looks like he's about to make a disappearing act if he's not careful. BKB coming out from Eve. Turn back around. They've got the Eclipse. They've got enough damage. That's going to be the Aegis. They do have to be careful, though. Rest of the team standing nearby. You are getting into position. Good spear over to the side. Has it jumping forward with the epicenter. They'll get the kill on Eve, and they'll follow up with the bushwhacked over on the side. S just going forward here. Does have those ghostly lays. Trying to finish off over onto Quinn with the Spirit Siphon. Needs a little bit more damage. Yes, they'll get the kill on Quinn, as the rest of Quincy now on the back foot, leaving the jungle. Or are they? They turn around with a casual net from forward. Okay, that's a nice tidy hit and run here.
Very similar is what happened in the mid-fight. They got too excited wanting to punish, knowing they should punish, but they didn't have vision. Quincy does. Quincy gets to initiate first, cleans up those the low HP hero of the Mars. But if he has vision or vision advantage, yeah, maybe he catches somebody and they get another kill. But either way, Luna, great back and dive, but another dead hero.
This is looking not so hot for S as he will fall, though, trying to finish up over onto Kesu, and they just don't quite have enough. Wraith Fire Blast from UR, jumping after Alex here. That should be a dead Marana. And now Sam and Eve. All right, throw out the Nightmare. Nice spear from Divine Llama, but they'll end up losing Sam. They need a little bit more damage to kill off Milan. They'll have it. The buyback coming out from Sam. They want to try to turn this around. Throw out the Loosen Beam. Sam rejoining into the fight. They'll take down that Harpy.
We're getting all the fighting we wanted. It just didn't happen much in the 10 minutes. But yeah, both teams really effective at getting in there right now. That's for sure. A lot of fighting. Only person that's really been hurt by this is Quinn, really. His Midas is just being completed now, so got a bit delayed here. But with how the game is going context-wise, it's still fine. He's still got pretty decent net worth compared to the other heroes in the game. It's behind Luna, but his net worth is still relatively high because they pressure the map so effectively. That's something Quincy is so good at. Once they get a gold advantage, they just stay on the map really effectively and limit your opponents from running away with their net worth advantage.
You can see that they're trying to just gain some of this jungle back again. Trying to shore it up so that way their core can continue to farm. But yeah, you can see all the sentries that have been placed down. They'll find themselves a Wraith King. You have to be careful, though, the rest of the team collapsing immediately, going to protect him. So that's leading the charge here. They'll just, again, get some of that dewarding off again.
Wraith King's doing really good right now. He's got Scotty queued up. Once he gets this, the game gets really serious for Wildcard because they've got heroes that need to heal, whether it's Luna.
Oh, the guess. Followed up with a Sunstrike, and Divine Llama's just not going to be a part of this fight.
That was really nice read. Big kill, and that means Tier 2 is definitely dead. Wildcard Gaming may be going to look for something else, but as long as Quinn doesn't do something suicidal, like pushing out the mid lane, this is perfect for Quincy. I mean, there's a lot of skeletons here.
Look at all of them, yeah.
This is pretty powerful. Skeletons together, strong.
What is dead may never die.
I mean, that's legitimately a lot of damage. All these creeps are doing like double damage right now. And that's why I skill Starstorm, guys, right there. For skeleton genocide.
Making it rain.
Not bad, though. I mean, they just did 1,000 damage to that tower with 0 creeps there. Pretty legit. That creep is good.
Lots of good creeps in the jungle for sure. MSS does have to be careful. This does Milan, because, yeah, all right, they're going to just try to clean up very quickly over onto this Bane. Sam with the Brain Sap trying to buy just a bit more time. Nope, there it is. A Sharpshooter coming in hot.
I'll never burn that side out of my brain.
I mean, he spots him or whatever. Tried to get some dewarding done, but you got to be careful when you cross the map like that to go for that, because as long as Quincy keeps playing aggressive like they have been, they don't like push out the lane and then ditch to their side of the map. They stay on the enemy side of the map. They don't let you get these deward moments.
Followed by Llamas here, though. Nice leap away here from Alex. One sure that they don't find the kill. Nice arrow, though, landing over onto that Hoodwink. Happened to just kind of walk into it, but prevents any further follow-up as you are. Swagging his way over here to this middle tower. He finds himself a Death Prophet. Divine Llama, though, pins immediately over to the tree. Essence Drink's got to get used. A follow-up here from Eve. They just want to burst him down. Looks like they should be able to take him down for the first life. There's the BKB, maybe just a little bit early, but they still have plenty of damage to try to deal with Yoar with the Spear Siphon too. That will be a dead Wraith King. One less Skelly Man on the map.
It was a big mistake, but I see what Yoar is going for. If you click on Death Prophet, her items have not changed since the last time he, beat her up in the mid lane with the Deso. The problem is that this time he's under a tower. He had 5 extra armor. That's why he was so much less squishy in that moment. So just a little bit of a misread there by Yoar, unfortunately for him. And ends up getting pretty punished for it.
They still have not taken this mid tower.
That's what happens when you're losing.
Indeed.
And you don't have an Enchantress. One of the two.
Or a little bit of column A, column B.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, it could be both. Quinn doing a good job keeping top pushed out, though, but for now he's going to teleport bottom. They'll spot that out. This could give them a moment to invade the enemy jungle if they so wish, but it's kind of hard right now with that mid tower still being up. It's just easier for... They basically just need like one hero to safely push out top, and that's what Quinn's been accomplishing, so... Big map control from Quincy continues.
Got a Yule Scepter now in play here for Sand King. Would be very nice as a defensive item and also to try to set things up if needed on top of that. But the jump forward here, immediately good arrow coming in hot. Does buy Sam a little bit more time. He's going to throw out the Nightmare. He's
nice.
dragged back. That is a dead Bane. And there's still a little bit more fighting going on over here as Alex will be the next one to fall.
Very good hero to pick off. Sand King doing a great job being all over the map. Blink, Kezu actually hasn't died yet, excuse me, 4-0 Knight. He's having a really good game. Blink BOTs and Yules. And his setups are giving them great disable follow-up, whether it's from Hoodwink or Wraith King or Invoker helping out as well. Pressure continues.
Top lane, get the dust off, follow up with silence, pin over to the wall. That's be a bit of a debate here. MSS now might need a little bit of assistance. They've got a decent amount of damage, but with those stick charges, he's gonna be able to come right back up again, especially with the
They see
sprite.
him with the scout.
Oh, Eve trying to run for his life over here. Is he gonna be able to teleport out in time? It looks like he should be able to. Once again, see you later.
Long TP. Yeah, Milan.
You are, though, as kind of a no man's land. Okay, the BKB coming out from Ask now. I'm gonna just go and pummel down the Wraith King.
Huh. Some mistakes coming out of Quincy crew here. I mean, Kezu died for the first time. His initiation was fine. There was good follow-up disable, but now with Roche up, Yuar's made two pretty huge mistakes now. Like, very uncharacteristic for him. It's not like the game is over, but those two deaths from him now have made the game a lot harder if they get Aegis here.
Sam getting picked on a little bit here. He's gonna go use that piggy pull, but it should still pop. This is gonna make it a little bit more difficult for them to get into this Roche because they've got him about half health thanks to the exorcism. Divine Llama standing nearby does not have that arena for a bit.
They know it's
right.
low.
Coming in, the jump forward here coming off of Kezu. He's already on the epicenter. Spear's not gonna land. They have to be careful.
It's so low.
Ran out of the exorcism too. This is some scary stuff. That arrow does
good.
land over onto Quinn though, so perhaps they can find themselves a
Good
kill.
stun from Hoodwink.
Look at him, he's waiting patiently over onto the side. It's not looking great for Quinn. He's down.
Roche got him.
Roche got him though. Oh my goodness, this is a clown fiesta if ever I saw one. They'll throw up the arena, try to fight, but again they jump forward.
No.
Oh no!
They got it, Kezu.
No. Oh my word.
Oh, they did. Oh, everything went just well enough for Quincy crew to delay it there. I mean, there's a lot of times that Wildcard Gaming ran in and out of the Roche pit. If they just stuck to it and killed it, they might have been able to get it, but when they finally committed to it, the arrow landed on Invoker. They said, oh, this is great. Let's go keep them zoned. They tried to commit, but Milan from the backside landed a double stun on them with the tree. That got him low enough to land the sharpshooter. That got him low enough to die to Roche. And then from there, it's just true chaos, and Quincy crew wins a pivotal Roche fight. This game has not been clean by Quincy compared to the last game, but they are back firmly in the lead with that fight.
I think Esk did manage though to get the shard.
He does have a shard. It's possible.
Yeah. So he did at least got the consolation prize, right? Didn't get the big prize, but have to be happy with that. I think he had an invis rune sitting inside the pit too, and just was like, oh god, I hope they will see me.
All right, so that works out. Still quite good for Quincy crew. They've got almost all of their towers still on the map. Wraith King is getting closer to his next item. Looks like he's thinking about just getting a BKB. Gave up on the Scotty idea. Realized they didn't really need the anti-healing. They can beat these guys in death fights. Here's the fight once again. Sunstrike scouts. This is after they finally decided to commit to the fight. There's the epicenter. They disengage. Divine Llama is very low for the rest of this fight, but the nice arrow comes through by Alex. It hits. Oh, we're going to see a fight.
Oh, we're seeing another fight? Okay, the Starstorm. Always a good spell, like we said. And that is going to be the first live coming up here. Divine Llama throwing out some damage. He'll pop the drums. He'll follow up with that Lucent Beam. A beautiful, beautiful arena. And they follow up with the Eclipse on top of it. Very nice here as you are now running for his life.
Absolutely beautiful ultimate.
Turn back around. Oh, leaps it. Maybe a little bit of a surprise there. There's the BKB though, like we talked about. So they have to be careful. They go and they'll commit to the exorcism. That's physical damage, but it doesn't feel like they want to follow too hard here.
Great ice wall there.
Middle though, and so they could possibly put some damage onto this mid tower, which they desperately have been needing.
Yeah, that's one solution they'll get out of this. Otherwise, it would have felt really bad if they exorcism for that. But Quinn hunting, looking for a little support kill, a little Sammy boy who might be off by himself.
That sounds so sinister when you phrase it like that.
That's his tag.
True.
So yeah, Exorcism down. BKB's up on Death Prophet. He's got a plate mail now. So Death Prophet in a good place, survivability-wise. 7k gold advantage for Quincy crew. Yawar taking a little rest on one of those little places you didn't know that you could be. He's listening. Back to hitting them creeps.
I don't love how the Wild Wing Ripper has it's called Hurricane. I feel like that's misleading. It's definitely a tornado.
They do look similar.
And it pushes you in the path as well, like.
What if it was called like Strong Gust or something?
That just sounds.
Would that be okay?
That just kind of sounds silly, though.
What Gusty?
Gusty? I've heard worse.
It's a good spell though. Being able to push.
Oh yeah.
Like you can use it in the laning stage, just like a Force Staff in the direction you want. Doesn't do damage, and the cast range is a little bit low, but I've played a dual lane with it once where my partner had it, and it felt really good. We just like kept killing this Luna by pushing her like 400 units out of the way, and then we both right-click like 4 more times. It was pretty cool.
Jump forward, Milan. Running away. Go throw out the Burrow Strike, Sandstorm. Full snap. BKB coming out from Divine Lobby. He's trying to find the opening. Will find himself the Sand King, but the spear does not connect over to the wall. Still managed to find a kill as they chase after Milan next. Blink forward, dash back, throw up the Lucent Beam. Arrow's a bit off the mark, but they'll be able to collect over on the Hoodwink.
I mean, Device had some great ultimates, I gotta say. The last like 5 or 10 minutes, he's been playing really solid, and from my perspective, getting stuff done. His items are very teamfight focused. Blink and BKB. He's gonna go in AC next, help his team win the ultimate carry-to-carry matchup type stuff. But I don't know, Quincy's got to be a little bit worried with how things are developing here. I mean, Sand King initiations are great and all, but Kazu's not the tankiest guy, so once he gets stunned like one time, he's very vulnerable. And Sand King usually fares best if you can kind of like reinitiate multiple times, if possible. And as the game continues on, agility carries typically outcarry a Wraith King as well. So Luna, he's got the Scotty now, so he's going to have some solutions against her possible lifesteal. But I mean, she's still doing a lot of damage in these engagements. So.
I feel like if Divine Llama gets a really good ultimate, like everything just fits into place, right? Because you've got these big AoEs with the Eclipse and of course the Exorcism. It just feels like very, very good, but he's got to be very careful in this position.
They're jumping to take a fight, but good vision position for Wildcard. If they break smoke right here, it's going to be good for him.
Yeah, all right, Divine Llama finding an opening over onto the back lines. We'll go with the Exorcism.
Sam dies instant.
Does indeed, as the BKB is out here on Yawar. Chase after S, they'll go with that Eclipse. They'll be able to take down him, but they'll end up losing Esk, and this is not looking good for Eve. Eve trying to get out, is going to be able to make it down, the tornado coming in hot. Will ensure that they get the kill. Luna, you're not going away this time. Divine Llama buying enough time here, trying to just use this arena to his own advantage. Okay, nice arrow coming through, but they didn't manage to get the final hit off. Overall to Kenzie.
Oh, they go for it.
There it is. They've got it. Alacrity placed over onto Yawar here. They're trying to just put out as much damage as possible, trying to make this count, as it's not looking really great here for Alex. They have to be careful. Nice pin to the wall, though. All right. Is Alex going to survive this? It's looking damn good with the arrow. Not going to play into the Sunstrike. And Yawar turns his attention again. There's the MP Tornado, the bash back here. Enough damage to take down Yawar again.
That was sick. I looked at it, I saw you had Blast Rig with one hit, and I was like, oh, he's going to go for it, dude. And he's not. He's going to hit him the first time, but then he's going to take damage and get disarmed. So that allows them to kill him in the return. But I was surprised Wildcard Gaming lost that engagement, to be honest, because they had vision advantage. Wards came down for Wildcard. It felt like Quincy was more ready to fight there, which makes sense, right? They were the smoke team. Wildcard on the other side was not smoke. They had perfect vision. All of a sudden, heroes appear. You're just in a slightly different state of mind. So they instantly killed the Wildcard Gaming wards and killed Sam right away, taking his ultimate out of the fight. And I have to assume that maybe Arena Blood might have still been on cooldown at the start of that engagement as well, because it had been used on the Sand King earlier. So I wonder if that's why their team fight felt a little bit sluggish in response. So, Quincy crews, they're doing the right moves to create actions that happen that are giving them possible team fight wins. So that's what you got to do to get W's. Keep putting the pressure on.
still seeing that net worth lead going over to the side of Quincy crew here, though it's been waffling a little bit back and forth. They're still managing to hold up here as they go for a smoke play on the side of Wildcard. Just gonna walk right past this tomato, see who they can find, and they are grouped a bit together. They'll see that the Hoodwink illusion just goes running by, and that is the Ags picked up now too for Hoodwink. Able to have the Hunter's boomerang.
It's gonna be really good.
Fight.
Good follow-up for Sand King stun.
Sam being the sacrificial lamb, throwing his body up over here. Oh, but Divine Llama finding himself Quinn. Follow up with the arena. Good arrow right into place, but the BKBs are out in mass. You have to be a bit careful here as you are. Okay, the follow-up. Okay, so using that big heavy center. Eevee's trying to fight back. He is going to fall, but they do manage to find that first kill onto UR. They need more, though. They need to be doing so much more as these ghostly maidens swimming around here. They've got the Spirit Siphon. Can they finish off over onto UR? They're chasing out from. Yes, they will. That is going to be a dead Wraith King. As now Sam has found himself a couple more friends over here in the corner. Silence gets placed over to KZ. They took the Nightmare off. They try to go for the spear. Not going to be able to quite land it. MSS not looking too healthy, though. Calls out on the sprites. Not going to be enough to keep him alive as the gem does get dropped again. I think they bought one on the side of Wildcard, and now there's one that they just picked up off of Quincy. That
was a great play there by Divine Llama once again. The blink stun on an Invoker. They get the arrow follow-up. That's a dead hero. No BKB option there. Doesn't have any save abilities. No Aeon Disc on him either. That's probably what he's going to think about in the future, like, oh man, I maybe really need an Aeon Disc in that fight. The only other mistake the Wildcard made maybe is the BKB popped on Luna. It was popped early, therefore he doesn't have for the epicenter, therefore he gets cleaned up in the return team fight, which made things less clean cut there for Wildcard Gaming, but still great for them considering they're a little bit behind and they're continuing to scale well agility hero versus the Wraith King, who's frankly struggling. He is very killable twice in a row. Playing against a DP in that sense is really tough because she is so survivable.
Down to a 6K net worth lead on the side of Quincy crew. Kezu and Milan in position. Try to go for those mini Cataclysm, but they go and they pop the BKB on Esk.
I think he missed the stun follow-up on Hoodwink, hence the mistake, so it's a good attempt, but yeah, pretty moderate mistakes. That was Cataclysm as well, so that pick-off would have helped. Oh man, that pick-off would have actually been so huge. If they kill him there, Roche is like certainly theirs. There's no buyback for Death Prophet. He was like 900 gold away from it. They just would have had Roche, so that Milan's going to be kicking himself for that, but it happens sometimes.
It does indeed. So what are the next big items that we're going to be seeing coming out from both sides here? It's like the Shard is the idea for Invoker next.
Yeah, Wraith King's basically set for 6 slotted. He's queuing up the Swift Blink. I'm surprised about this. Common before, but they nerfed it. It only gives you agility and movement speed when you blink. So he's kind of buying it because he's like, well, I might as well get 6 slotted, is I think what he's thinking. But I'd almost rather just get like an Eat Your Eggs or something like that. It's pretty expensive, but like, whatever. Swift Blink's going to give him a lot of attack speed and some armor. It's all right, but it could be better.
This Harpy gives a lot of information. As they'll find the opening, they'll find Divine Llama hiding over into that small camp, and they're going to remove him from the fight immediately. They have the Moonlight Shadow, but they've dropped down a sentry. They have to be careful. Be able to get the Nightmare off, as they'll drop their own wards, their own sentry. Casual arrows going to just connect over onto one of those Forged Spirits. A bit buy back on Divine Llama.
Yeah, that Harpy vision. Devi was in a place he thought, there's no way they'll catch me here. But they get him good.
Score another one for the Harpy.
So, buyback from him is going to allow them to contest Roshan. It's going to cost them some gold, unfortunately, but...
I feel like you just can't afford to let Quincy pick up that Roche, though.
Yeah, you definitely can. Free Ags as well. Exciting to see who's going to get that one. I'm really not sure. We don't even know who's going to get the Roche in the first place.
That's true, too.
Definitely don't give it to Enchantress. That one's really bad.
Oh, man.
Played against it like once or twice, I'm like, no.
I miss the old Ags on Enchantress, honestly, but...
Yeah, it's just too boring.
I guess, but Spork's just underwhelming.
It is.
Look at the way that they're all grouped up. Okay, smoke play coming out from the side of Quincy. They should have a good idea as where Wildcard is, and they pushed in the lane, too. So they're getting into a good position. We'll see the Crypt Swarm getting tossed out. There's 24 Desto charges on there. That's one of the nice things, too, about having that Luna shard, right, is the fact that you just toss out one of those loosened beams, no harm, no foul. Just a little push and see what you can find.
Yeah, much easier to counter push these creep waves without putting yourself in a dangerous position. So Luna's got Scotty finished. They're in a pretty good spot. She's quite tanky, 3,000 HP exactly at the moment, plus the Trickster Cloak. That's going to make her very survivable here.
They used to scan around the pit. They saw that they were grouping in this top area. They have to be careful because they don't have vision, really, coming up from Wildcard to go up onto the high ground. They do see the Skelly Men, though. So they've got to have a general idea of where everyone is.
It's just so hard for Quincy to play the game now. Like, Wraith King is not going to get any stronger here. Unless he buys a rapier or something. They're going to
jump
start.
forward here, coming up from UR, followed with the Cataclysm. He's taking a decent amount of damage as Divine Llama's very, very forward. He has his own BKB, though. He's going to just try to run away here over onto the side. Knows it's not quite worth it yet, but they still have the vision. Going to do some more damage over here. Okay, here goes. He drops the arena. The question is, do they go in? Do they commit on this? As they use the exorcism, so I'd assume that they will want this. Nice hit over onto the side. Casey not going to be allowed to do anything this fight, so he's going to be removed. He's going to buy back. They are coming back up again. Oh, they'll find themselves yet another kill on MSS, and now they're just running for their lives here. They are having to be a bit careful as the Bushwhack does connect. As turning around, has a Spirit Siphon. Arrow's going to get tossed out. Not going to be able to quite connect as Kezu jumps forward with the Burrow Strike. Good Nightmare holding into place for a little bit longer, but they will end up losing the Death Prophet. And they might end up losing Sam, too. They'll just leave him tied to a tree for now. They're like, someone else can deal with it. UR can deal with it. So they'll end up losing Sam. And now it's not looking good for Eve. Eve left all alone here. Arrow not going to connect. They'll get the Bushwhack off. They'll get the Hoodwink, everything coming out. They'll
wow,
lose
they got all
Eve, they'll
five.
lose Alex. They lost the entire team.
Who do you think is going to get Roche now with Moxie? I don't know.
That's a good question.
Not often that you get a 5-man wipe like that. It wasn't easy to do, but Quincy just completely picked their opponents apart. It all came down to Divine Llama going in, popping BKB, but not finding the initiation. That caused a lot of issues. Quincy Crew pop BKB in time. Here's the initiation. They jump here. They stun. You're going to see him do some damage. Divine Llama runs in to throw the spear back. He does spear the Invoker, but there's no arrow follow-up, unfortunately. There it comes through, but BKB's already going. So I don't know if that was just Alex in the wrong position. Late follow-up, but allowing them to chase like this, they end up trying to defend him a little bit by popping ulti. But they probably did this because they were thinking like, oh, he's got gem, he's got a dieback. Let's try to get a fight. Use the ulti. Somebody made the call, but ultimately it didn't work out in the end. Quincy Crew just outfought them.
It felt like it was a hesitant moment of like, do we go in? Do we commit to this? Like, it wasn't like an immediately, like, everybody got back in, right?
Yeah.
And when you saw the ghost, you're like, okay, well, they have to commit. But
they did kill Sand there with the Fiend's Grip and Enchantress. They both must have bought back is what happened.
They're getting mega'd right now.
In live game, yeah, there's less barracks in the game than there used to be.
All right, Divine Llama. Nice
Good
spear
start.
into the side here.
Arrow's coming.
You know, there's the arrow like we talked about. Can they get up enough damage? Is the question to finish off Quinn. And it looks like, all right, yeah, they'll be able
He bought it. Oh, wait, he picked it up for free, sorry.
Wait, whoa. We just...
Wraith King eggs.
Felt like we just rewound there for a second. I'm a little confused here. Cataclysm coming out. You are? Okay. They'll be able to take him down the first time. Esk, though, not looking healthy. That Lotus Orb not going to be able to protect us. He's in the middle of everyone right now. That is very, very scary here. Goes, pops BKB, but can't really stand toe-to-toe. Is going to need some assistance. Follow-up. They've got the exorcism. Esk had bought back. They're going to try to chase down. Arrow coming in hot. Okay, that's another life that has been removed here as Kaz jumps forward again over onto Divine Llama. He's going to be speared away. But the damage is done. They almost have full-on megas now. Nice
protection there. Kezu stuns the Mars to make sure that he doesn't spear back Wraith King even farther and get a kill, so they end up escaping. Still the little range barracks, but they got a lot out of that Aegis into push with all of those dead heroes. So, yeah, they put the Ags on Wraith King, which is quite effective. And then he got to buy his Swiftblink, so he's happy. He's got everything he wants now.
I mean, I'm sure he'd be happy with like a Giants ring eventually, but I don't know if the game's going to get that far.
They don't want the game to go any farther.
They don't. They really don't.
So Wraith King's about to have to sell items if he wants anything else.
Right.
It's like Moon Shard territory.
What? We're gonna do a smoke egg. Let's go.
So what's the plan here? I feel like they can't allow them to get into the base, but they don't really have much of a choice.
4 hits, it's gone. All right.
Yep.
And now they walk away. They got the Megas. They've got great counter push between Luna, Mars, Death Prophet's pretty strong too, but
They picked up a BKB on the Sand King too, so like, you know, they were trying to pick him off early into the fight to make sure that he can't get off the epicenter and like get those stuns, but it's gonna be so much harder for them to do anything to him now.
yeah, once he jumps in, he still dies to physical damage, so he's some vulnerabilities, but
Let's go.
But as a whole, yeah, it's going to be a lot easier for Quincy to take a clean fight. 28k gold advantage now.
It's been creeping for a little while.
I mean, they're so rich. Even Enchantress is like, well, I'm just going to buy a Wind Waker because that's then I can save whoever gets jumped on. Save Quinn or somebody else. Quinn still wants to get Refresh Orb because it is so good to double Cataclysm. Makes sense.
Yeah. I feel like Wind Waker is like the fancy, like, look at me, I have too much money item.
It is.
Like, it's good too, don't get me wrong, but it's also just...
It's so expensive that you just can't buy normally, but there are some cases where it's like, okay, they have this god tier spell that we cannot counter. That's always going to kill one of our guys, and we need to save his life, and that's when you buy it. Now, it's going to take MSS a while to farm this, for sure, but it's got these big boy Ancients, though.
He's got some time, for sure. So you look at, you know, the heroes that they have over on the side of Wildcard, and right now, if you're Bane, you're like the saddest, right? Because you can barely take down these creeps.
Yeah, you're basically just sitting behind your allies
Just
and like waiting for
protection.
something to happen.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Sammy's not sitting in his chair right now. It's like, well, just take a bathroom break, guys. They're not coming anytime soon. He is moving. He has popped a smoke here. They're going to try to get a Fiend's Grip kill here, basically by playing near Divine Llama, expecting Quincy Crew to maybe jump on him and try to get a kill. Or they can cross the map,
Look
get
at
some neutrals.
Eska's playing with fire down here. Do you see the way that they're positioned? Yeah, look at that. No. Don't go out there.
It's a little scary. Yeah.
Okay, all right, they find Quinn, so there's the Fiend's Grip. They'll go for that Eclipse, and they'll just remove him from the game.
Nicely done. Now
There's
they've
no buyback on him, at least.
pretty cool to do this as well, because the other thing is that they have better night vision because of Luna Aura, so
True.
they get to see Quinn come in, put the ward down to make it safe.
Oh my god, how is this man still alive?
I mean, they killed him. I don't even think Quinn's upset about this, right? Because that was his dieback. So now his super long cooldown is a time where it literally doesn't matter.
True.
It's not like Wildcard Gaming's going to get on the map too hard here. Maybe they're going to push some waves or whatever, but
Well, they need to regain some ground at the very minimum here, and it's pretty difficult with the way that Quincy has choked them out.
yeah, especially because they still have a gem. So even if you do get wards down, once Quinn's alive, there's a good shot that your wards are going to die afterwards anyways.
Middle tower is under attack.
Tries to snipe the courier here. That's a full Satanic.
Ooh, that would be the
Or-
dream.
Is it a full?
Is under attack.
Whose courier is this? It is Luna's. Okay, she had Mask of Madness, so I'm surprised she didn't dissemble. I don't know if it was a panic thing or what.
Could have been. It's
But
possible.
yeah, it's a waste of 450 gold, basically. It's not the end of the world. It's late game. Unless he's going to have Mask of Madness and
Oh?
Satanic.
Okay, well, that's going to be it, Sam. Does have buyback, though.
Yeah, they had a ward on this cliff the whole time, so they eventually played around it. Quinn's still dead for 50 seconds, by the way. Feels like forever ago that he died to me, but yeah, just sitting pretty.
He's probably went off for the bathroom break, right?
Yeah, that's definitely a breath and break.
Eve. Oh, okay, they're going to try to make something happen here. So the silence off over onto the back lines. They've got themselves their eyes on Milan. They should be able to go and get this kill. Taking a little bit of a while, but they'll find it.
Nice catch.
Got that Thunderhide running. They do have creeps in the base, so they need to get home. They need to go defend. Look at these guys. They're ripping through the buildings. This is not how you want to lose. Yeah. All right, fortification comes out. The teleports are going.
It was a good idea. Get on the map, go get a pick off. But
Concept was good.
You can only
yes,
get so
sure.
much. Death Prophet really struggling on mana here. Sold all of his null talismans. Wanted to keep the wand for survivability reasons, but right now paying for it a bit in terms of mana needs. But he's going to buy the Kaya. Loses himself possible buyback in the future, but he already bought back anyway, so.
Gotcha.
You might as well spend it if you got it.
Yep. So Quinn gets on the back on the map. He instantly goes top to hit creeps. They know that they're not quite ready to finish the game. They're going to probably want to wait either for next Roche or Cataclysm would be another way. Oh, I'm sorry. They do have Refresh Orb, excuse me. He's going to try to farm towards his Aeon Disc finally, and he's only got about 1,200 gold to go, so he's pretty close. And once he gets Aeon Disc, then he doesn't have to worry about the stun into arrow thing anymore. That ends up being like a great opening for Wildcard Gaming. And then it means that Quinn's going to be able to do a lot of shit in the fight. Very likely get some kills. So as the game continues, it only gets fine for Quincy Crew. Again, there's still a slight carry worry with the whole Luna matchup thing with Wraith King, but he kind of catapulted forward with that free Ags pickup, so he's pretty content. and the rest of his team is also farming well.
Yeah, you can tell that Eve has realized that we are hitting a critical boiling point soon, so has that rapier queued up.
It's the way to go. If they lose a fight, they're going to probably lose anyways, so. His DPS compared to Wraith King's is not even going to be remotely similar. It's going to be so much stronger.
It's just the survivability, too, on top of that, right? You know, it's difficult. I will say Divine Llama has been, you know, setting these up very, very nicely in a lot of the fights with the arena, but there have been some instances where they just has not been close enough, so to speak. And there's the Wind Waker completed now for Enchantress, so.
To work hard for that. Got 2 empty slots as well. It's kind of interesting. So Boots of Bearing's got 2 charges as well. That can help a little bit sometimes.
I love Bongo Boots. That's one of my favorite additions.
Yeah, they're really nice. They're a little over-purchased at most MMRs. Not necessarily pro games, because we do see them sometimes, but not always. But yeah, they're definitely very solid.
All right, we can see that the Courier taking the long path here, going down all the way. But Quinn is nearby the shop, so.
I assume he's just going to buy the whole thing out, to be honest, because
there's no reason not to, right?
You'd lose buyback, but you know it's going to take another 4 or 5 minutes for him to get Rapier, and if they want to contest the Roche, then Rapier's the only way to do this. But again, the problem with getting Mega, you don't really have a chance to leave your base, push out lanes, and when you go contest Roche, if Quincy just sits around and sits defensively and doesn't start it, then eventually you have to go back, then they take it anyway. So it's so hard to be in this position for Wildcard Gaming. They're going to have to push out the lanes, force a fight where they like decisively win it, and then take Roche while teleporting some people back to defend. And doing all this at the same time is so hard.
Hey, look at this. They've got several smoked up behind. Wraith King hidden here.
He's got MKB as well, so doesn't have to worry about evasion anymore. Gave up his armlet, so a little bit less armor for him, but he's got 1 billion agility, so whatever.
So nervous watching like Esk and Sam just making their way up towards this area. All right,
Same
there
play
it
as
is.
Before.
It's bought. It's not completed together. Just for safety's sake, a little insurance policy, but it's on its way. Special delivery. Question is it going to be enough?
It'll help a huge amount, for sure.
It's not what I asked, Pert. Is it going to be enough?
It can be enough if the initiation is correct and all of the other hypotheticals happen. The push out lanes, find a good initiation, get a kill.
BKB comes out from Esk immediately. Sam's just like, God, I hope they can't see me. I hope they can't. And they don't manage to do it, so.
Even still, I think it's great that they're attempting these movements here. They go do this attempt. They couldn't do it with Luna at the time because Luna, oh god, the Roche is just gonna...
It's just melting. It goes down so fast. They're not going to be able to contest this. The fight is going to be brought to them.
That's the downside of being there, right? You TP home, same time Roche comes up. That means now you can't get back very quickly. You know that they're definitely not there, so then they just get to commit to it.
Yeah.
Who gets the Ags? Kezu probably, I guess. Yeah, Kezu gets a free Ag, so Burrow Strike. Cast range and applies Caustic. Speaking of Caustic, Kezu just left it at 3 points this whole time at level 25. Very interesting. Opted for a little more stats.
All right, it's Rapier time. We gonna see it? Yeah, there we go. All right, make it or break it time. Double damage. Oh god, over on the Wraith King too. This is very scary.
Kezu thinking about when to go in. Looking at options. Divine Llama's got Refresh Orb, so he can double ult, double BKB.
He's got to get in there. Okay, there it is. A good spear first. Swaying very patiently. Big Cataclysm coming out. Divine Llama, he needs to be careful. Okay, he does manage to get the arena off. He is going to fall. He's got the buyback. We'll just keep them all in a little bubble over here for the time being. The jump forward again. All right, there's going to be the first death here coming out. So follow up with Meatballs. You are is going to just have to walk out of this area. And this Wraith is doing a decent amount, but they lose Milan. They lose MSS. Milan's going to buy back. He's going to try to teleport right back in again. These ghosts dancing around. Another kill over here on the side. Over onto the Wraith King. As another Cataclysm comes out hot, but they're going to be able to sidestep and dodge. Divine Llama not looking too good, though, right now. He's going to be very, very careful. Nice arrow, but it doesn't connect because of the fact that they have that BKB online for Casey. And they are holding, believe it or not, during all of this. They have not managed to go, all right, this tower is not looking too healthy as I say this, but they're still holding somehow.
They are. Little buyback from Mars there
Looking,
to get
though,
him back
look at
into
this
it.
Milan. Looking for the bushwhack. Be able to land it or that. Boomerang the Hunter's Mark over onto Divine Llama. Sharpshooter not connecting. Arrow tossed out. They're looking, and they really would like to get this little squirrel as Eve continues to just clean up all of these creeps over in this middle area.
It was a nice little save there. The Marana four-staffed Divine Llama initially to dodge the initial Cataclysm damage, so his first death was not clean on the from the Quincy Crude side. So that helped things a lot, but it is still hard for Quincy to commit.
Quinn, there's you are on top of that. Follow up with the lockdown. Try to buy a bit more time. It's not looking good, though. That BKB is not going to work. All right, the buyback comes out right here, right now. Alex will fall. Alex will also buy back. Divine Rapier dropped on the ground, though. So UR didn't need any more damage. This guy is straight up swagging. It is looking real scary now.
Yep.
Poor Wildcard.
It's leveler time now. Luna's net worth is going to be way lower than before. Wraith King literally has too many items. He's got so much gold. I mean, Wildcard's done a great job slowing the game down, that's for sure. They've made some decent moves, but at this point, Quincy just doesn't want to mess up. I mean, they should 2-0 Wildcard Gaming. Don't give them this like free series win. Don't start the season off bad. Do the right thing, play it safe, get those pickoffs. The last tier 4 is dead, so they could hypothetically get aggressive, but glyphs are still up 2, so instead they're going to aim for pickoffs, it looks like.
Ooh, Alex hopping away here. What else do we have on this carrier coming out here?
I don't know. There's nothing on it.
No, not that one. I saw that Luna's courier was doing some dancing around
Yeah,
here.
that's the one. There's nothing on it.
They're looking, I think, to get the other rapier.
He's close to rapier
Yeah.
again. Yeah, he's going to do the safe thing and send it to the right. So.
Okay, we've got Refresher Orb, Refresher Shard.
Yes.
Wraith King Ags, VKB. I don't know how you stop this, man.
He's got buyback.
We talked about Vengeful Spirit having a non-stop uptime. This is pretty close, honestly. I can see that ward.
Shoots invis there from the Trickster Cloak. So if he didn't do that ahead of time, he would have gotten stunned there, would have forced a fight. But nice escape there, knowing his opponents could run then.
Sending in the boys to do some scouting. You can see the wards over here. You are jumping
invis.
forward, finding the opening. Cataclysm comes in. They'll be able to take out Sam. Sam is not going to be available. And now Divine Llama, he's got to run. He's got to get out of there as fast as he can. The follow-up with the air. Another Cataclysm coming in hot. It does a lot of damage, and they'll follow up with that. Epicenter as they'll chase now after. If they just want to finish off, but they've gone and they've used the fortification. They're just trying so hard to defend. The follow-up, yeah, again, but there it is. The BKB, the Phoenix Group comes out, though. They're doing a decent amount of damage, but this Ancient is just melting in the back lines. They're trying to fight the heroes, but in the end, I'm not sure if this is going to be enough. Look at that Ancient. There it is. It finally falls. It was a hard-fought battle.